What's up, everybody? What's up, Grisful? What's up? How's everybody doing today? I don't know if this is the best way to see me. I'm out on my balcony right now. Oh, there we go. Now you can see me. Anyways, I just got back from a vacation a couple weeks ago, and while I was gone, I forgot to find somebody to water my tomato plants. So when I got back, my plant was pretty dead. I mean, it was pretty full when I first had it, and now it's like, let me show you all the dead stuff on the ground. Get all that. So I used that the little tree, but I used an old school one because I'm hood and I didn't buy a new one, so it's all tearing apart, so I had to tape it all up. But anyways, as I got home, I decided, okay, well, I need to water this plant, and I realized something as I was watering the plant and trying to get it back going again, was that tomato plants are a lot like relationships. And what I mean by that is there were all kinds of dead vines all over this thing. Like, there were just dead tomatoes, dead leaves, dead everything all over this tomato plant. And if I was going to save this tomato plant, then I needed to do some serious pruning and start cutting off all the dead stuff. And in fact, I have some of that stuff still here right now that I still need to pull off here. I'll show you some of it. See that? Like, that needs to come off. If I want these tomatoes to grow, if I want this stuff to grow, then I have to cut off the dead stuff. Because if I don't do that, then when I water the plant, when I give the plant the food that it needs, which is water, sunlight, all that stuff, the dead stuff will actually take away from the live stuff. And as I was pruning my little tomato plant, my little tomato tree, as they call it, that's the branding of the planter I have. But I was pruning that. I realized that this is really close to relationships, that in our lives, if we have dead relationships, or we don't have growing, thriving relationships, or things that are, people that are pulling us down or holding us back from accomplishing what we're supposed to accomplish, then every nutrient that we feed into our relationships will be taken and given to dead vines, dead plants. And it won't get to, the nutrients won't get to the place that they need to be. The dead plants will block out the sun from getting into the vines of the growing plants. And it's so true with relationships, that if we are feeding into negative relationships, then it's going to pull from our positive relationships. Those are gonna suck the nutrients away of healthy relationships. And so I just wanted to encourage that today. Oh, thank you for your comment. You're so sweet. Just want to encourage you today in having healthy relationships. Make sure that you're not letting negative relationships pull you back from accomplishing healthy relationships overall. Have you guys had that friend that just drains you, that pulls everything out of you? I've had a couple of them, and sometimes I willingly choose to have them in my life, and because I choose that in this relationship, maybe I'm going to be the person feeding this person, or I'm going to be the person that's putting into this person, rather than allowing them to drain. But it's still draining. It still takes time and effort, and sometimes heartache, and if we can choose the relationships that we're going to push into the most, that we're not looking for mutual growth and all of that. A healthy relationship would be mutual growth, but sometimes there's people that come across our lives that we need to impart into, and there's times in our lives where we need to impart from others in our lives. And so those are all visions of healthy relationships. But then sometimes there's just those friends that we don't want to cut off for whatever reason, and they're draining us, and they're pulling us away from being able to really engage. And it could be bad relationships with, in a relationship such as boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, that type of thing. It could be brother, sister. It could be that relationships where we have, parents that would pull us back from having healthy relationships in other areas. And sometimes the best thing that we can do is cut that vine off. Cut it off and be able to move forward. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want more about relationships, go ahead and let me know. I'm going to post this to my YouTube channel probably a little bit later today or tomorrow. I do these broadcasts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that have a specific purpose and specific thing, and then I do broadcasts regularly throughout the week that are just stupid and fun stuff. Last night I was picking up my girlfriend for dinner, and so we just had a chat, and it was a lot of fun. So if you want to know more about me, check it out at Danny Ely, E-L-E-Y. That's how you spell my last name, Danny, D-A-N-N-Y. I just said that all backwards. Anyways, I'm talking kind of quiet because I don't really want my neighbors to know I'm talking. But thank you very much, and I will talk to you next time. Now, how do I end this thing?